Happy Friday, television family. Weekend is almost here. 25th day of July, 2025. I am Dan Coots. Pretty mild start to the day. It's already 70 degrees and we haven't really gotten going yet. Not going to be as warm today as it was yesterday. We have some cooler air seeping down from British Columbia and something we don't really see a lot around here. We're going to see the winds from the northwest to the southeast. That's usually not the way we have the winds when we get the winds here. We've had some pretty windy days this summer. So we're going to have some cooler air coming down. Still a little concerned about fires because it's going to be rather windy. Relative humidity is going to be bone dry, but it's not going to be particularly hot. It was 94 yesterday officially. We won't get to 94 today. We'll be about 10 degrees cooler. Saturday looks fantastic. Lots of sunshine, nice comfortable mid-80s or so with very little wind. And then starting on Monday, we started heating up, and we're talking triple digits again, 100 degrees, maybe more than that by the middle of next week as a significant dome of high pressure will begin to move in towards the end of the weekend. All those details are coming up. We have a lot of news to get to. Sports, the Mariners began their road trip down at Anaheim with a nice little victory over the Angels, and we have a new first baseman. As the trade deadline comes up, it's the last day of the month. Mariners are making some moves with more on the horizon. The Apple Sox 7-game winning streak done. Edmonton, well, they blew them out last night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Apple Sox are on the road with a critical weekend series up in Victoria against the Harbor Cats. The Victoria is the team they're chasing for the second half WCL North title. And in the interview portion of our program, I wanted to get these babies in because I had such a great conversation. You may have seen these. If you haven't, you're going to get another chance to see my conversations with two top flight link coach operators, Tammy Kirk and Jose Cuevas. Jose, of course, does double duty. Not only does he drive a link bus and does it well, he also is on the Wenatchee City Council. So great conversations there. You don't want to miss that. That'll be in the back half of the program. Let's see how we're looking this morning. And by we, I mean that, the Wenatchee Valley. You see the high clouds there. We're going to see some high clouds, very high level clouds floating in and out as this flow aloft will become blowing in here. Right now, it's not too windy. The wind is blowing out of the northwest at 15 miles an hour. Again, that's pretty rare. We don't see winds blowing from the northwest to the southeast too often around here, but we will be having that, and it will be quite breezy this afternoon. Again, those details are coming up, but right now the Wenatchee Valley looks good, except of course the hills are brown. Camera number 2. We are off to see, I'm assuming Billy Goat. I think that's Billy Goat. I'm not sure. I think it is, simply because it's way up there. Billy Goat, normally we have that pointed right up the Columbia River, so you can see Pateros and Brewster. I'm pretty sure that's a little sliver of the Columbia River down there from Billy Goat Mountain. That's a tall camera. That's over, 7,000 feet in elevation. That's why you can see a lot of real estate up that direction. Camera number 3. Slide Ridge. Hello, Chelan. Hello, Lake Chelan. Good morning, Manson. Good morning, Roses Lake. Good morning, Wapato Lake. That is a stunning view. That camera is also way up there. Chelan Butte in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Wapato Point there. You can see the state park on a beautiful day in Chelan. I'm sure it'll be busy again this weekend, as it always is between Memorial Day and Labor Day. And our 4th camera takes us to, there's the golf course. So it's obviously, I'm assuming that's Stein Hill. You can see the fairgrounds. You can see the golf course there. So good morning to Kashmir. It's always good to see you. That camera pointed right back towards the Wenatchee Valley. We had a gorgeous sunrise this morning. It was just beautiful. We had high clouds and the sun coming over the East Wenatchee Bench at 5:30 this morning. It was a beautiful sunrise. There are advantages of getting up really early, like I do. We'll have 15 hours and 21 minutes of daylight, by the way, but it's still 2 minutes and 21 seconds less than what we had yesterday. And yesterday's high, as I mentioned, 95. Our normal high is 90. That won't be in the forecast today. Fire concerns. If this slide looks familiar, it is slightly different from the one we showed you a couple of days ago. No red flag warning because it's not going to be hot enough for that. But 2 of the 3 elements in that recipe are going to be there. Relative humidity is going to be very dry. It'll be in the teens. in most of our viewing area. As we already mentioned, winds will be blowing at a pretty good clip. As far as winds today, it'll start picking up in intensity really about 1 o'clock this afternoon until about 10 o'clock tonight. The peak wind gusts, and we're not talking sustained winds, peak wind gusts will be around 7 or so tonight, but it's going to be quite breezy this afternoon, tonight, and then it dies down overnight tonight. Not a lot of wind to talk about on Saturday. So there you go from the National Weather Service. 86 today, so it's going to be about 10 degrees cooler than yesterday because of that cool Canadian air that's going to be drifting down. You'll see some high clouds floating in and out. And again, as far as sustained winds, about 15 miles an hour with gusts pushing 25 or so at times today. It'll be breezy tonight, 61 for the overnight low. But by the time you get up on Saturday, we'll be done with the wind, and it's going to be just beautiful. Just a nice light breeze, about 85 degrees. Nothing wrong with that. Saturday is just right down the middle of the plate. 62 for the overnight low on Saturday night. A little breezy on Saturday night and a few high clouds. Sunday, we start the warming trend. Lots of sunshine, very little wind, high of about 87. It looks like the weekend, I mean, it looks really good. I mean, sunny and mild, but not hot. And then, well, here comes the heat. Monday to 92, Tuesday to 97, triple digits across the board. A distinct possibility on Wednesday. We'll know more when we get together on Monday, but we're in for a pretty warm trend once we get to Monday of next week, but the weekend looks just about perfect. All right, that's the forecast. After a 2-minute break, the headlines on this Friday. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. TourMosesLake.com and start your adventure today.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
Outside of a few high clouds, quite a bit of sunshine, 70 degrees. We'll only be about the mid-80s today, considerably cooler than yesterday as some cool air seeps down from British Columbia. It's going to be a little on the breezy side this afternoon and tonight. Very little wind on both Saturday and Sunday with temperatures right in the 80s before the heat returns big time next week. It's 9 minutes after the hour. 2 members of a Wenatchee Valley family have been touched by fatal violence at the Arizona vacation home that they owned. One of them became the victim of murder, the other a suspect in a separate murder. Our very own Jefferson Robbins looked into the two crimes, which appear unconnected, despite both crimes happening in the same home in a Phoenix suburb.
Mickey Pearl Crater loved card games, kids, and travel. She raised 4 children in the Wenatchee Valley and volunteered at schools and as a court advocate for children in the legal system. For the last 30 years, she kept a winter vacation home on Sutter's Gold Lane in Sun City, Arizona, It was one of two houses there owned by her sons. One of them, 63-year-old George W. Crater, Jr., worked for 17 years as a heavy equipment operator for the Chelan County Public Works Department. Maricopa County Sheriff's deputies say in 2024, the Sun City home was occupied by a renter, Thomas Galatola. That November, George Crater allegedly flew from Washington to Arizona to confront Galatola about an overdue rent payment. He allegedly broke into the house through the garage, tied up the 70-year-old Galatola with zip ties, beat him, and cut him with a knife. Galatola was able to tell police what happened to him from his hospital bed and identified George Crater as his attacker before slipping into a coma and dying days later. George Crater was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, kidnapping, burglary, and aggravated assault. 1 month later, he was fired by Chelan County. He remains held in the Maricopa County Jail. While her son George was awaiting his September trial date, 91-year-old Mickey Crater became the victim of violent crime herself in the same house on Sutter's Gold Lane. Deputies say on June 19th, a next-door neighbor, 72-year-old Gary Mertz, opened fire on Mickey and her other son, Dwayne Crater. Dwayne was wounded. Mickey was fatally shot. After the attack, police say, Gary Mertz turned the gun on himself. Aside from location, they said, the two homicides appear unrelated. Mickey Crater was laid to rest with a celebration of life in Wenatchee on July 18th, on what would have been her 92nd birthday. The reason behind the attack that took her life remains uncertain. Jefferson Robbins, NCWLIFE.
A Wenatchee woman accused of striking and injuring a bystander with her pickup truck has been charged with vehicular assault more than a year after the incident. The Washington State Patrol says in March of 2024, Dorothy Marguerite Lucas, who's now 37 years old, veered out of her lane on Highway 2 several times while traveling west near Monitor and eventually struck a 19-year-old man who was standing on the shoulder of the highway next to his disabled vehicle. That victim suffered a serious head injury and multiple fractures in both legs. Police say Lucas was not intoxicated at the time of the crash. Chelan County prosecutors filed the vehicular assault charge earlier this month. Lucas was summoned to appear in court this week. A small group of demonstrators who use the Social Security system organized a gathering yesterday outside the Wenatchee office, complaining of long wait times for service and the possible impact of future cuts. The Trump administration is working to eliminate at least 7,000 jobs from the Social Security Administration, which was already at a 50-year low in staffing when the president took office. Joanne Rosenthal of East Wenatchee says she arranged Thursday morning's event after facing long lines with minimal Social Security staff on hand.
A few years ago, when my husband was alive, I came down to Social Security. No problem. You took a number, you got in relatively fast. But now with all the cuts, I mean, my heart feels for them, the staff, and then it feels for all the people who need the services as well. And it's not a matter of whether we're a Republican or we're a Democrat. We want to make our community better. And a lot of people just don't realize Social Security is part of that. We have this office in the community. And I'm worried because there's been talk of closing offices. And can you imagine if people from, up north had to drive like all the way to Yakima if they even kept that office open? Or there was talk of only having people get online and do things. Well, again, people in their 80s, I still have my memory, but I know it's going to get harder. I saw what it was like for my mother trying to go down the rabbit holes on the phones. So those are other reasons I thought, why not, just get out here and make the local people aware.
A regional spokesperson for the Social Security Administration did not respond to our request for comment. Well, as Wenatchee's city administrator prepares to leave her job, the Wenatchee City Council voted to recategorize that job last night. The city administrator is the overall head of the city's day-to-day operations, appointed by the mayor and approved by the city council. Former Mayor Frank Kuntz hired Laura Gloria as Executive Services Director in 2020, and in 2023, the council agreed to name her city administrator. Gloria plans to depart from her role at the end of next month. Now, by ordinance, the city administrator currently answers to both the mayor and to the council members. But at its meeting last night, the Wenatchee City Council voted unanimously on a new ordinance that makes the city administrator almost entirely responsive to Mayor Mike Poyer. City Attorney Danielle Marchant said the ordinance would also eliminate duplication between the city administrator's duties and those of the department heads under their direction. A former police chief of Moses Lake has died. Kevin Furr passed away on Monday. He was the chief of police at Moses Lake from 2016 until 2023. He held the same job in Rathdrum, Idaho, before he came to Moses Lake. While on the police force, he also served as Moses Lake city manager on an interim basis, and then was named to that post full-time after leaving the chief's job, but a battle with cancer forced him to retire from most public roles, including that of the Moses Lake School Board, where he served as board president. Kevin Furr will be remembered in a public memorial service August 1st at the Wallenstein Theater on the campus of Big Bend Community College. Leavenworth-based nonprofit Upper Valley Mend held a groundbreaking ceremony Wednesday to celebrate the start of a new affordable duplex. The duplex is being constructed on property that was donated by the Marson family as part of the Solid Foundations campaign, which surpassed its 2024 fundraising goal of $6.8 million. They surpassed that by $500,000, and that allows the opportunity to create additional affordable housing. Once completed, the duplex will offer 2 homes, each with 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, priced in the low $300,000 range. Applications for the duplex must be submitted online by the end of October, and all applicants must qualify based on income and residency requirements. Douglas County is holding a contest for a new logo design. They want something other than what you see there. The contest was announced on Facebook Wednesday and invites local artists of all ages to compete. Designs must be original and work well in both color and black and white. Submissions must also be high resolution and either in the JPEG, PNG, or PDF file format. The winning logo will be featured on all official county documents, as well as the county's website and social media platforms. All logo designs must be submitted online to the county by midnight on August 8th. And the building that's home to the Waterville Library recently got a new special reminder of its history. A sign on the bricks of the Rogers and Howe building, which was built in 1903, explains once again that the building has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places by the Department of the Interior. According to NCW Libraries, the building was one of the largest in Waterville at the time. The downtown Waterville Historic District, which includes the Rogers and Howe building, consists of 19 buildings built between 1891 and 1915. The new commemorative plaque replaces the one that was already there, but had been deteriorating. And that's the news. At 18 minutes after the hour, the weekend is almost upon us, but you want to go into your weekend knowing what the heck is going on around here. That's why we have a show called The News, subtitled, What the Heck is Going On Around Here? The News at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight, 5, 6, and 10 on television. If you don't consume TV the old-fashioned way, you use the internet, we got you covered there. Our news will be posted on our homepage, NCWLIFE.com, right around 5 o'clock. And right around 5 o'clock, it'll be on our YouTube page as well. And we'll put a link, by the way, on our Facebook page. Plus, we got Instagram, we got X, we got all kinds of things. It scares me, quite frankly. And if you have a news tip, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Good night for the Mariners, not so much for the Apple Sox. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular, family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
"21 minutes after the hour, Julio Rodriguez had a home run. Randy Arozarena, Jorge Polanco, they all homered. Logan Evans gave up just 1 run in 5 innings, and the Mariners beat the Los Angeles Angels 4-2 in Anaheim last night. For Julio Rodriguez, he has 15 home runs and 20 stolen bases this season, and that makes him the first player in history with at least 15 homers and 20 or more stolen bases in each of his first 4 seasons.
1 RBI from 1,000, so he can hit that milestone with any swing now. That swing puts one down the third baseline. I think it hit the umpire, and it slows going into the left field line, but it turns out to be a double either way for Trout, a man in scoring position for the Angels.
And that was that sinker down and aggressive. We've seen that a lot of late for Trout.
Well, Mike Trout has a double, and now he's at second base with the most total bases in the history against the Mariners. He made it and didn't have to wait that long. Shot well with a ground ball, base hit to right. Trout's being waved home. Here comes the throw from Dylan Moore. On the way to the plate, too late. Mike Trout has the most runs scored ever against the Mariners, and the Halos have a 1-0 lead.
And Sean Well again in an RBI situation comes through with a base hit. 42nd RBI. Trout scores that run.
Amazing when you think about what's going to happen in just a couple of days.
Joe Adell, a high rising fly ball out towards the wall. Julio leaps up and he makes the catch. 1 away.
Bad teams. They're only 1 game over 500 against sub 500 teams.
This is really cranked down by the short wall and gone. A game-tying home run from Julio in the 5th inning. Man, does he love it here in Southern California. We're all tied.
This. Where did you get this?
Well, he whacks this ball down the left field line, and it disappears! An absolute rocket by Randy Arozarena. Go ahead, 2-run home run. It was a tracer. Wow.
It's hard in the left field, a base hit. Renifo will be waved home. They're going to challenge Arozarena. The throw to the plate bounces too late. And Neto takes second, the tying run in scoring position after an RBI single.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a gutsy send by Bo Porter there, too. And Arozarena, usually a pretty strong arm. I think I kind of surprised him.
Fly ball drilled. Out to right field. How much is on it? Back gone! Jorge Polanco with a blast. And a little breathing room in the 8th inning. 4-2 Mariners. Rosarena makes the two-hand squeeze. Ball game over, and the Mariners win it. A career-high 23rd save from Andres Munoz. And they get it done to take game one. Wow.
After the game, manager Dan Wilson talked about the win and the acquisition of first baseman Josh Naylor from the Diamondbacks.
Just a great job all around tonight, and obviously coming on the heels of, the news prior to the game of getting Josh Naylor, and it's exciting. And Josh had a huge series against us when we were there, so it's great to have that, and I think all of us are really excited to get to see him and get to know him and welcome him into the Mariner uniform. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's exciting. It's great news, and I think we were trying to get prepared for a ball game at the time, so it was a little more subdued probably than normal, but it's huge, and looking forward to, like I said, welcoming Josh into a Mariner uniform, and a tremendous player, and a tremendous bat, and really looking forward to how he fits into this lineup, which it's going to be a tough lineup, and it makes us so much deeper, and so it's a huge. It's a huge acquisition, and like I said, looking forward to getting him in here and getting him in here quickly. Yeah, I mean, I think I think this is a position where we've been able to get ourselves into a good spot here in the standings, and it's time to go. We get down to the last 59 games here, and I know we're excited about where we're at, and just going to continue to play Mariner baseball, and I think that's the exciting part, and there's a lot of, I think, exciting times, a lot of fun ahead of us, and we're looking forward to that.
More moves to be had before the trade deadline, which is the last day of the month. Game 2 of the series, by the way, is tonight. Brian Wu will take on Jose Soriano. First pitch on Root Sports is at 6:38. Pretty light day in the world of baseball, but the Mariners won and the Astros lost. We like that. And that means the Mariners are now 5 games back of Houston in the American League West. Well, the Edmonton Riverhawks sent 9 men to the plate, scored 5 runs in the third, and they ran away from the Apple Sox 9-1 last night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. So Wenatchee's 7-game winning streak is a done deal. So where are we? The Sox are 3 games ahead of Kamloops for the second wild card spot in the North. Wenatchee begins a 6-game road trip tonight. They will be in Victoria. Victoria leads the second half North Division over Wenatchee by 3 games. This is a critical series that begins tonight up in Canada. And in the West Coast League, Wenatchee's 7-game winning streak snapped, as we know by now. Portland had won 9 in a row. The Pickles have at Springfield. Snuck by them yesterday 8-6. The other winners in the West Coast League, Kamloops, Port Angeles, Nanaimo, Cowlitz. Cowlitz beat Ridgefield. It wasn't a 1-1 tie. That was a typo on my part. Bend and the Marion Berries. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. I do sports really early in the morning. Sometimes I'm not all the way there. It's 28 minutes after the hour. For you folks down in Puerto Rico, happy Constitution Day. For you folks in Tunisia, it's Republic Day. It's Carousel Day. It's National Thread the Needle Day. It's National Hire a Veteran Day. It's National Wine and Cheese Day. It's National World Drowning Prevention Day. Every kid should know how to swim. Adult too, for that matter. Every happy World Hot Fudge Sundae Day. National Get Gnarly Day. I don't even know what the heck that means. But today is National Talk in an Elevator Day. Today, it can be somewhat disconcerting to talk to a complete stranger. That's the elevator that we have here in the building. We always have somebody playing a musical instrument in our elevators. I don't have anything about talking in an elevator, but I have fun facts about elevators themselves, which is by far the most used means of mass transportation in the world. In fact, every 3 days, the elevators of the world will carry the equivalent of the population of the world. Every 3 days, elevators are very safe. In fact, they're one of the safest modes of transportation. On most elevators, you'll see the closed door button. It doesn't actually work. It's just there, just to say, I can control the elevator. Elevator music began to appear in elevators during the 1920s. You don't hear that anymore. And the average person who uses elevators on a regular basis will do so on average 4 times in a single day. So when you're in an elevator today, strike up a conversation with a total stranger and see what happens. It's the bottom of the hour. Today in history, 1866, 159 years ago today, the United States Congress passes legislation authorizing the rank of General of the Army. The highest rank anybody could be was Lieutenant General. That's 3 stars. The very first General of the Army, Ulysses S. Grant, becomes the first to be promoted to a 4-star general. Grant wore 4 stars on his uniform. It's the equivalent today of the 5-star rank, which they don't give out anymore. In contrast to the modern 4-star rank of general, which we have now today, only one officer at a time could be a 4-star general. So after Grant became president, he was succeeded as 4-star general of the Army, by William Tecumseh Sherman. When Sherman died, Phil Sheridan became the 3rd 4-star general. And when he died, they just got rid of it, and they discontinued the title of General of the Army until World War II, when we had a bunch of them. Congratulations to U.S. Grant. 69 years ago today, in the thick fog off the coast of Nantucket Island, that happened. Wow. The Andrea Doria collides with the MS Stockholm, and it sinks. It sank the next day. The footage is rather remarkable. This got huge media attention. Look at that. Stockholm struck on the starboard side of the Andrea Doria. That's the Stockholm. You can see what damage happened there. The Andrea Doria began to list immediately, which means half of the lifeboats they couldn't use. So they had to do with what they had to do. And the amazing thing is, there was like 1,600 people on board the Andrea Doria, but the crew did their job so well that only 51 people died, and most of them died as a result of the collision and not the sinking. Incredible. By the way, because the Andrea Doria was an expensive ship to sail, and it was just 160 feet deep after it sank, treasure divers started to have a field day. At least 22 scuba divers have died diving down to the wreck to see what they could find. It was on this date in 1956. 56 years ago today, here's a ticket to the Seattle Pop Festival. Began on July 25th, 1969, ran over the weekend. $6. $6 would buy you Chuck Berry, Tim Buckley, The Byrds, Chicago, Albert Collins, Bo Diddley, The Doors, The Flock, The Flying Burrito Brothers, The Guess Who, It's a Beautiful Day, Led Zeppelin, Santana, Spirit, 10 years after, Ike and Tina Turner, Vanilla Fudge, Alice Cooper, and the Youngbloods. It was called the Seattle Pop Festival. It was actually held in Woodinville at Gold Creek Park. Sounds like a good time to me. And 25 years ago today, the beginning of the end of the Concorde, which had never made money either for British Airways or Air France, but it was the Concorde. We all remember this from 25 years ago today. The footage, it's amazing that somebody actually got footage, but they shot it from their dashboard as they drove by. It was Concorde Flight 4590, I think we have the footage, taking off from Charles de Gaulle Airport. It ran over a small piece of metal that had fallen off the plane that had taken off just before the Concorde began its run down the runway. It exploded on the tire. The tire then struck the underside of the wing, which was the fuel tank. That in and of itself caught fire. And from that point forward, the Concorde was doomed. It crashed into a hotel. All 109 people on board the Concorde and 4 people in the hotel were killed. It was on this date 25 years ago today. And within a couple of years, the Concorde ceased operations. The only accident in the history of the Concorde birthdays. The man who was supposed to be president, Joseph P. Kennedy Jr., born in the state in 1915. He was the oldest of the 9 children of the Kennedy siblings. He was supposed to be president. It was all said and done. Everything was planned out. He was a delegate to the 1940 Democratic National Convention. When the war was over and he returned home, he was going to run for a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives and then Senate and then eventually the presidency. It never happened. As a U.S. Navy lieutenant, he was killed in action during World War II as a bomber pilot at the age of 29, and the mantle passed to his brother, Jack. And you might go, who's Louise Joy Brown? Well, in 1978, Louise Joy Brown became the very first test tube baby, the very first human to be born in vitro fertilization. Now it's common. Somebody had to be first. She's 47 years old today. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. Proud to be our platinum sponsors. Good folks, too. I like them. They're pros. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Mike McNaughty has got an opinion about anger. And then the conversation with two top flight lake coach operators. We had a good time talking to Tammy and Jose. You'll see that when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Tour moseslake.com and start your adventure today.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of Apple Valley Honda. The annual Close for the Classroom event, hosted by Serve Wenatchee Valley, will be held on Saturday, August 9th at the Columbia Grove Covenant Church in East Wenatchee. The goal is to provide 1,000 children with new clothes for the upcoming school year. Registration is ongoing and is limited to those students in the Wenatchee and Eastmont school districts. Use the QR codes to register, donate, or volunteer, or go to Serve Wenatchee Valley's website.
Such a good time together, and it's only just begun. Got loud guitars, a little out of tune, but they ain't got a girl like you. And I know I'm all over the road, and I can't help but go. Little bit of left, little bit of right. It's hard.
Hey, this is Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, something I ask of my counseling clients is, how many times in the past few months have you lost your temper? Now, regardless of what they answer, I tell them the truth. The truth is that they've never lost their temper. None of us has. Because we don't lose our temper, we give it away. Now, no one makes me mad or makes me do anything unless I give up personal responsibility and let them control me. Saying I lost my temper is the same thing as saying that somebody else did something bad enough for me to act like a jerk, but it's their fault. And the scientific, clinical term for that kind of thinking is BS. This is Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
Oh, happy day, Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashions is looking forward to our famous summer weather. We are fully stocked with shorts, capris, skirts, tees, and tanks. Summer dresses have all arrived in many styles and colors. Special occasion dresses are on full display, and we have something for everyone. Collins is your Brighton headquarters with jewelry, handbags, charms, and sunglasses. We invite you to visit Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house, fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Welcome to the Gilded Lily home, where something extraordinary is waiting for you. The Gilded Lily offers a unique collection of hand-selected, carefully curated items to help you celebrate all of life's special moments. From the budding chef to the home decorator to that very special occasion, there is an abundance of delightful gifts waiting for you. The Gilded Lily home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items to brighten any area of your home.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, The Fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday Artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
The month of June was Ride Link Transit Month, and of course, so we thought we'd wait until the middle of July to catch up with some of our great friends at Link. I'm a huge fan of Link, and about a month ago, I reached out to Eric West, who handles PR and public relations and marketing for Link, and I threw an idea by him, said I'd like to talk to a couple of the Link coach operators, get to know them, talk about their jobs. No 2 days are the same if you're a Link coach operator, and he sent me a couple of names, and one of them, Tammy, was you.
Yeah.
So Eric reached out to you about my idea. Any hesitation about coming on my show and doing my thing?
No.
Good.
Well,
why,
yeah, well,
why
I don't know.
do you suppose he chose you?
I'm pretty happy. Joyfield?
You're 7 years vested in Link.
8.
8 years, almost 8 years now. Pretty unique backstory because you haven't really done anything even remotely to be a coach operator until 8 years ago. Talk about your background and how you ended up morphing to become a coach operator at Link.
I was a foster parent, and from there we ended up with placement of our nieces. Some of them we adopted, and so I was, and then I babysat for some friends and family, and I just kind of felt God calling me that it was time for me to go back to work. And I saw that Link was hiring, and I was like, I ain't driving no bus. And I thought, I'll pray about it, haha. And the next day, my cousin who used to drive messaged me, I hadn't talked to him in months, said, are you looking for a job? And I thought, oh my goodness. So I applied, went through the process. I had my interview at 4, was done at 4:30, got home at 5:30, the phone rang, and they offered me the position. So,
you must have made quite the impression.
well, they asked how I handled multitasking, and I said, you just got to be a marble and you just got to roll with it. So you just
And here you are 8 years later, but they don't just say, congratulations, you have the job.
No.
Here are the keys and here's your route. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
No.
Talk about the time that when they greenlit you to come on board the Link family to the time you were driving the bus.
It was exciting. It was scary. It's a lot to learn, but it can be a blast. I mean,
It's not just operating a coach, is it though? People I think assume wrongfully that all you do is drive a coach all day, but it's so much more than that.
To me, driving the bus or the coach is the easy part. It's the responsibility of everybody inside and everybody around you. So that's the hard part. But
give me an example of that. I mean, do you feel like you're kind of like the pilot of an airplane in that respect?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, because people like to cut you off or like buzz right in front of you or whatever. So you got to be aware of what's going on all the time.
You've done how many different routes and how many different locations since you became a coach operator? Right now you're driving for Link Plus.
Yes, I've done all of them.
Okay.
The last 9 months I did the Chelan-Manson routes.
Is that typical? Do they like to mix people around, or is it seniority
It's
kind of
seniority
a thing?
based.
So the longer you're vested in Link, you get, I don't want to say better routes, but just maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Give me an example of one of the better routes.
I was doing the 21s, and so I'd go to work at 4:08 in the morning, and I'd be out by like 1:30. So home.
And then the rest of the day is yours.
Well, and I had 3-day weekends, Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday. So that was good.
And some, of course, some routes have a lot of stops, and others, like you said, from Columbia Station to Manson and back, not that many stops, a lot of highway.
A lot of highway, but there are a lot of stops along the way, and you get a lot of your regulars. So
let's talk about your regulars. I mean, you're not a shy person, Tammy. So do you have folks who are just love to see you every day and you get caught up? You have a little idea of what they do and their family and stuff like that?
Some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had several of them that were pretty sad when I told them I was changing to go to Link Plus. But yeah, they'll see me pull up and just wave. I have a couple up in Manson, and she'd see me and she'd just start bouncing. She got excited, so I love it.
Who normally initiates those conversations? Is it you or the passenger?
Probably me to start with, because I like to greet every person getting on. So.
And that's a skill set you have to have.
Well, I think you do.
Yeah.
So.
What was it like when the day came that said, you're certified, you're good to go, you are safe to do coach operator, you're licensed, bonded, whatever the heck it is, it says, you're good to go, Tammy, congratulations, you made it.
That exciting.
Yeah.
There were 7 of us in our class, so yeah, it was fun.
And right now you drive Link Plus, and you like that.
I do.
Because?
It's one-on-one.
Yeah.
And you get to be a little bit more personable. And I don't know, I just get to love on people and make a difference. I mean, you make a difference every day driving the bus, even the big buses, but in Link Plus, it's more disabled and elderly, and it's just like you get that one-on-one connection.
And it's also not a set scheduled route either,
No,
is it?
it's something
and that
different
makes
every
things
day.
interesting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But you get the same people.
Talk about the family of coach operators. You've already interacted with a number of them here while we were setting up. You guys all seem to get along pretty good.
We do, or at least I think we do. I feel like we're a family. At least I feel like we're a family. We have people they've been here a long time.
Yeah. And the response, a lot of people just depend on Link, whether it's Link Plus or just the regular route. This is how I need to get to where I need to be at the time, and Link is there. I mean, they're Link's on-time performance is well into the 90%. And that makes your job a little more gravity to the job, right?
Absolutely, and it's fun to educate others. So like when I was doing the Chelan, I could tell them about the Chelan Dart that maybe they didn't know about. To be able to get where they need to go in Chelan if we weren't going that way, it's fun.
As you work your way in, now in your 8th year, and you make this your career, and it looks like you're pretty good at it. What's your dream route? The one that everybody wants to do.
That's tough because I really do. I love driving the 40-foot buses, either to Leavenworth or Chelan, because they're the most comfortable to drive. But I really do love Link Plus. So
yeah, seems like a good fit for you.
I feel like you can be good at whatever route or position you're in. It's just a matter of your attitude and perspective.
Before we talk to your coworker Jose here in just a couple of minutes, let's do some recruitment. Let's get some coach operators out there. Tell the folks out there in television land what makes being a Link coach operator a good job to have.
You get to make a difference every day, and you get to encounter people of all different walks of life, and it's just a great place to work. So.
And there seems to be a lot more good days in Tammy's life than bad days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very few,
Yeah.
and far in between where it's a little bit rough.
If you like what you're doing, it ain't a job, right?
Absolutely.
Good.
You enjoy going to work.
Good. Tammy, if I ever need Link Plus's services, I'm going to specifically ask for you.
Oh, please do.
I don't even care if you don't even work for Link Plus anymore. I'm just going to have you.
Okay.
I'm not without influence, Tammy.
My grandma says I've spoiled her because I now take her to all of her appointments. So.
Good for Grammy. And by the way, cupcakes, that's the gal you want to call, folks, right here. Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Eric done well. He picked a good driver.
Oh, good.
Yep. Jose will be joining us when we come back.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
We are back profiling some of the great Link coach operators who make Link, as Eric West just told me, They're basically the face of Link. Jose has been one of the faces of Link for 17 years now?
17 years and going.
And if he looks familiar, yes, he is a Wenatchee City Council member, and he's my council member. He represents my district. And who's kidding who, Jose? You don't do city council work for the money. You do it for the love of the community. So you do 2 high-profile jobs that's all about paying it forward, not only as a Link bus driver, but as a city council member.
And that is true.
Yeah.
Yes, I do it for the heart because I love my community. This is the place I grew up. I love it.
Do people, as a quick sideline, Jose, do people really understand the kind of work that a Wenatchee City Council member has to go through to prepare for a Thursday night meeting? I look at the agenda packets. You guys have to do a lot of homework that you're really not getting paid for.
Honestly, it's hard to say to educate our people. They don't see what we do, because I was one of them until I got to be a council member. Then I started seeing all these guidelines, all these rules, all these codes, all these laws. I was like, whoa, this is a lot. You have to study, you have to educate yourself so we can bring it into the public. It's not an easy task to do. No, it's not. So.
And committees, you have to sit on 3 or 4 committees that are regional wide.
You have to serve a lot in the committees and be involved, get to know what's happening around. It's not just being there and looking nice and smile and say yes. No, there's a lot of involvement to do.
And the city council seems to have a good working relationship with the other council members and the mayor.
Yes, we do. We do. We communicate really well. We have that communication. We have that bond and that transformation for our community. Yeah.
What kind of skill set as a Wenatchee City Council member carries over to be a Link coach operator? Is there some things that you have to be good at to do both?
No, just for the love of the people. I mean, I'm a people person. I like to be outdoors. I like my community. I just get involved. I like to talk. I like to get out there and get to know what's going on.
Well, take me back 18 years. How did you end up coming to work here at Link and becoming a coach operator?
That's a good question. When I was a kid, my dad was a truck driver. I always wanted to be like my dad. And when Link started, I was only 11 years old. And I saw how the coach operators were driving, and it felt really nice when I was a passenger. And I said to myself, I want to be like them. I want to drive these big buses. I don't know, it feels like I want to do it. And with time, I applied and I got the job. I got hired thanks to the staff that hired me. And I just enjoy driving. I like to see the outdoors, what's happening in our streets, in our community, what's growing, what's everything. So, I mean, ever since then.
It's one thing to be a bus driver or a coach operator in, say, Salina, Kansas, as opposed to North Central Washington, where you have the great natural beauty to enjoy as you're out and about.
Yes, we do. We have everything to see. Every day I see our Saddle Rock, our rivers, our mountains, our people, our community. I see everything. It makes me happy. I enjoy doing what I'm doing.
In your nearly 18 years here at Link, how many different routes have you had? Have you done pretty much all of them?
I've done all of them.
Yeah. Any particular favorites?
I don't say I have favorites. I like every route that I choose. I like to do because I enjoy every portion of every route. Most people don't understand that, but I enjoy what I do. I enjoy driving.
Tammy said that you guys, the Link coach operator family, is a family. Is that true?
It is. We have that bond together. It's a fantastic family, I could say. We get bond together, communicate well, we enjoy it. I mean, it's a great atmosphere here.
Have you gotten to know some of your regular, I mean, if you've done almost every route that Link has to offer, and they're always expanding. Link is very rarely ever contracted. It's always getting bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. Is there any special stories or memories or regular passengers that you kind of really got to know and to like?
You know, what I like about it is that when you do the Route 22 or the 21s, you meet a lot of people from all over the world. They tell you stories of why they're coming to our valley. There's great stories out there from our community members. Man, there's so many. I don't know where to start. If we're going to be talking about it, it's going to be like a whole day because they tell me stories of all kinds. Yeah. When
you did some of your regular routes and this person would always be at this stop at this time, and one day they're not, would that like, oh, what happened to Bob?
Yes, because it's like a family. It's like your siblings. You know, you're driving your route, and all of a sudden you don't see them. You're kind of like, okay, I'll probably catch them tomorrow. The next day comes, you don't see them again. They're like, I wonder what happened. Are they okay? Did they move? Did they find a different job? Or you don't know until you hear days later of maybe they moved or whatever happened. Yeah, it happens every time.
Been here 17 years, almost 18 years. You must really like it.
I don't like it. I enjoy it. I tell my passengers, this is my hobby. I just like driving it. I like to see, like I said, I like to see the outdoors. Yeah.
You look really, Eric did a great job. I told Eric to pick me out 2 drivers who might do pretty good. He batted 1,000. When Eric reached out to you in the Link Plus, this was all vetted, of course, through the upper echelons of Link. When they said, "Would you like to do it?" Were you like, "Are you nuts?" or "Thank you, I'll do it"?
I was happy. I was like, "Really? You must be joking. I don't like driving for Link." He said, "No, no, this is great. It's a great opportunity. I enjoy what I do." And the people that I work with are passengers, the staff. I mean, it's an excitement. This is the best job I ever had in my life.
You think this is going to be all the way till retirement for Jose?
I see that.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was great talking to you. Good luck with the city council meetings. I know you do a great job.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
Good luck come budget time.
Thank you. We'll see what happens, but I mean, we just hope our citizens, residents, and passengers understand everything. It's not an easy task, and we just need to help educate each other and do it transparent so they know what's happening.
Let's close with the same question I asked Tammy. Sell the career of being a lake coach operator to my viewers. Why is this such a cool job to have?
Well, like I tell everybody, I just get the bus, drive around, pick up, and drop off our people. Easy as that. Nothing complicated.
That's good.
Yeah.
As opposed to city council, which is extraordinarily complicated. Jose, be good. Have a good day today.
Thank you, Dan.
Enjoy your route. It's good to see you, my friend.
Likewise. Yep. Thank you.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Such a good time together, and it's only just begun. Got loud guitars, a little out of tune, but they ain't got a girl like you. And I know I'm all over the road, and I can't help but go. Little bit of left, little bit of right. It's hard.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
72 degrees now here in the Wenatchee Valley. You'll notice the high clouds. We'll see those most of the day today. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, kind of an interesting wind phenomenon. We usually don't see winds blowing from the northwest to the southeast, but that's going to be the case today as a low pressure ridge just over, well, it's basically in the middle of British Columbia. It's going to start funneling down some cooler air, pretty dry air, but considerably cooler air, which means we're going to have a significant cool down. We hit 94 yesterday. We're not going to get that warm today, and the wind will be picking up pretty good. Right now, it's out of the northwest up at Pangbourne. Is at 21 miles an hour. That's about what it's going to be most of the day today. The winds will be peaking at about 7 o'clock tonight. It'll still be a little breezy in the overnight hours. And then right now, the weekend looks great. Here it is from the National Weather Service, 86 today. Again, A little breezy at times with the wind peaking at about 7 o'clock tonight. It should be done by the wee small hours of the morning on Saturday. No problem. Look at Saturday and Sunday. How nice can that possibly be? Sunshine, light wind, high of 85 on Saturday. Breeze picks up a little bit Saturday night, then calms right back down on Sunday with a high of 87. And right now, the long-term forecast for next week as we start saying goodbye to July is hot. A ridge of high pressure is going to move in out the Pacific. It's going to park itself right over the top of us and going to cook us pretty good. Have a good and safe weekend. Start next week with us. Until then, bye-bye.